Welcome to the Garnet and Old pregame show. Vince is reporting live from Dublin, and I am reporting from the Ryan's father's studio. So
down by the river. Can you hear me, Ryan?
Yes, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Just waiting for the light to change so I don't get killed while we're doing the show. You know, the people here, they drive on the other side of the road, so it's a little risky sometimes.
Much better, a little quieter than our last meeting.
Yeah, definitely.
Not being in a bar.
Yeah, I actually left the game day set because we had to get somewhere else to make sure we're watching the Chiefs march in, but also it was really, really rowdy there. So you may hear some cars drive by, but other than that, it should be pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds great. No, Vince, I watched, you know, how like a few minutes, like 30 minutes before game day, they did go to Kirk Herbstreit, and I heard the Kirk You Suck chant and the booing. It's going to be a long 3 hours for Kirk Herbstreit, I have a feeling.
Yeah, it is going to be a long 3 hours. You know, I think Doug did a good job of trying to get everybody there ahead of time to get in the front, and a number of the Rohan group were out front there. We were up front for a while, but we were on the opposite side of the stage. We had given out hundreds of clown noses, so people everywhere were wearing clown noses, and it was just very funny. And then we moved over to kind of where Doug was. That's when Kirk came on, and you're right. It's just like every time he would open his mouth, the boos. It was very, very funny.
Yeah, fantastic. And I do want to shout out a few people here joining in the chat. Nick Snyder, apparently he said game day found a few Georgia Tech fans. Mike Bart's also in the chat. Good to see you, Mike. But Vince, give us the feel. I know you said the game day set was a little rowdy, but what is the energy like just 3 hours from kickoff?
Yeah, so right where we are right now, we're walking to the Royal Dublin Society, where there's a party going, like a pregame party going on. That's where the Chiefs are going to be. So in this area we're in right now is very calm because everybody is in Dublin Center.
Yeah.
And when I tell you it's like New Orleans, that's kind of what I mean, right? It's like that whole area just bustling with people. They're walking all over the place. People have food in their hands. They've got beers in their hands. And as you can see behind me, like the weather is amazing.
Gorgeous.
It's better than yesterday.
Isn't it like 59 degrees and sunny?
It's probably about 61, but it's beautifully sunny. There's a few clouds in the sky. But down there in the college game day area on the college green, like you had a hard time moving around.
Sure. I mean, I always anticipated that's how it was like. I've been on the outskirts of a game day set when they're in Tallahassee, but never in the actual game day area because it just looks uncomfortable. But Vince, yeah. I can tell you, I know you probably haven't seen the live broadcast or anything like that. When I say, and I agree with Nick Snyder says the Boo Birds were audible on the broadcast, not just audible, but almost making Kirk a little hard to hear.
Great. That was the point. And I was hoping that they would be, you know, sometimes with the game day set, like the crowd shot pointing at Kirk is too high. Like, so a lot of our group were down in the very front row. So, you know, you're not getting that angled down view to them. But if they ever got it, all you would see would be clown noses.
What you did see, though, there's a bunch of FSU troll signs, too.
Oh, yeah. And good. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be like, right?
Yep. So, Vince, kickoffs in about 3 hours. Vince, when do you actually plan on – fantastic. When do you actually plan on heading towards and, like, getting your seat at the stadium? What's your game plan?
Well, you know, our point, where we're walking now is we want to catch up with the Chiefs to kind of follow them as they march over to the stadium. And so I'll go live ad hoc with that at some point. I think the parade itself starts about 3:15 or 3:30.
It's like a European.
And that's the intent. So whatever happens from there in terms of getting in the stadium, I imagine we'll go right in. So
Awesome. I do want to shout out Breeze Frey because again, you probably missed a lot of the
Fry,
broadcast stuff.
Breeze Fry.
Sorry. So how many IVs did they have to give Pat McAfee? He was trashed on air yesterday.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and what
I
I understand about that, it wasn't just the alcohol. Apparently there were quite a few edibles that were ingested as well.
Yeah, he's enjoying his time tremendously in Dublin. At least yesterday he was. I'm hoping.
I mean, what are we doing anymore, man?
Let's see how he feels. And that was on air, like during ESPN broadcast. So
somebody said they saw him actually vomit on set.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, good times.
But you have to assume that ESPN, when hiring him, knew what they were getting. So that's the cult of personality you get, I think.
I guess.
All right,
I guess, man. You like him, though. I know you like him. So
I like his podcast, his show, the Pat McAfee Show, because he has a lot of good guests on, and they actually have like real conversations instead of scripted. So Vince, it's game day. Listen, this is a very unique game day because not only because it's in Ireland, but it's the first game. None of us have yet to see this team actually play a game. So most game days, we have a lot of specific keys to the game based on what we've seen over a few games, right? We have a lot of what to pay attention to. But I think we've talked this thing to death as far as preparation. I mean, we've done a whole month of shows essentially around, pregame for this game. So this is a very unique pregame. But has your opinion, Vince, changed at all of what the outcome will be of this game, or any kind of gut feeling waking up the morning of in Dublin?
I mean, I don't think it's really changed that much. The closer we get to the game time, I always tend to get a little more jittery just because, the fandom. But I mean, how I feel doesn't matter. It's how the team feels. And there's been nothing but positive talk about, not only physically where they are, the depth of talent, but also like the preparedness, like the work ethic and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not, my confidence level hasn't changed other than the fact that it's game day now and there's more of an energy about it.
Yeah, my confidence is about the same as it was. I'm not changing my score. I went 31-17 when we did our Garnet Old show every Thursday at 7 o'clock. And I believe you were 35-17?
38-21.
38-21. And we'll record this. Vince is the king of making score prediction spreadsheets. And I know when he gets back, he'll probably be all over graphics and a whole bunch of other stuff. Vince, I do have breaking news from the Ryan standpoint of Garnet Old is that we will be in Tallahassee, at least I will be, starting Sunday of Labor Day. So we're making it a 2-dayer. So we're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Are you going to set up the tent?
No. Well, the lot's open, just for everyone to know, at noon for that game, 8 o'clock. Vince and I.
Lot 12.
Vince and I, lot 12. If you know anything about Vince and I, we set up at noon. If it's like earliest available any game day, we're setting up right when it happens, and we're going to have a giant banner outside lot 12 that if you walk through the parking lot that says Garnet Old, you won't be able to miss us. So come by and say hi to us. I also want to mention we've had a lot of new YouTube members join. I even had one follow me. I followed them back and DM'd each other a few times back and forth. So football season's here. The excitement is here. You can hit the join button to join our YouTube membership program. And we do you just did an exclusive video with you and Doug Rohan. We're going to do some more exclusives coming up. But Vince, heading into the game, man, it's here, brother. Like it's going to be. I wish the only thing you miss when you're being live in person now, your live experience is much better, right? I'm not going to sell anything short. I would rather be there and watch it.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
when they go from the game day picks directly into the game, it's something special. Like when it's the first game of the year and you see your players warming up on the field and the kickoff and everything. So all I can feel right now is a little bit of jitters. I think bourbon later will help with those feelings. And then I do want to bring up one comment. This made me laugh.
Are you going to have some gummies too?
Yeah. Nick Snyder wrote, it's insane that they fired RG3 and Sam Ponder and Sam Ponder and referencing, but they keep Pat McAfee.
It really is.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Absolutely. Doyle says his prediction is 22-20. Knowles win, but lots of turnovers.
I hope not. So,
Vince,
you
flip
know,
your
that
camera.
would be bad.
Give
Oh,
us
yeah.
a little look around.
Yeah, hold on. I got to cross this. Hold on. We're going to stop at this street here so I don't get killed. Give me a moment.
Because when I saw some pictures from Ireland this morning from people on X, it just looks like a gorgeous day for football, and I can't even imagine how happy you are to be there. I mean, it's got to be a whole nother level, yeah?
Yeah, it definitely is a whole nother level. It's, you know, a lot of row houses and a lot of, you know, greenery everywhere. Like I said, the day is beautiful. We're in this area just outside of the Royal Dublin Society. I think Shannon's going to check her phone to make sure we're going the right way here.
Google Maps. What would we do these days without Google Maps? Am I right?
I'd have a big unwieldy map that I'd be trying to fold and refold and all that other stuff. But yeah, notice Shannon says we're going the right way. That's a good sign. Look at these people driving on the left side of the road. What are they doing?
While you have Shannon there, what is Shannon's score prediction for the game? Does she have one?
Shannon, do you have a score prediction for the game?
Yeah,
27-10.
Okay, so
Yeah.
she believes our defense stands tall.
Yeah,
she's
a big believer in the defense for sure. So that's, you know, straight from the horse's mouth. You got it.
It's amazing because everyone's so close to the center of town for the game day. How it looks like a ghost town where you're at right now, essentially.
That's right, because we just came.
Yep.
It's about 2 miles to where we're going, and so yeah, out here there are a couple people obviously walking that way to go to that kickoff tailgate or whatever it is, but the most of the people.
This is the stadium.
Okay, that's the stadium down there, Shannon says. So we're actually walking by the stadium, but we have to go further this way.
That's exciting, man. I think my keys to the game are clear as day. Defense owns the day, very similar to what Shannon said with her you know, only allowing 10 points prediction. I think that Georgia Tech can be a one-dimensional team if you can stop Haynes King from running. And I think we have the D linemen. Now, the linebackers are a question, but we have the D linemen, I think, in plenty. Rotation will be healthy. And then DBs, Vince, you can, and this is the game that if you're Adam Fuller, you stack the box and play press man. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm challenging them to throw the ball, and I'm stopping the run at all costs. What is your keys to the game, Vince?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what you got to do. You've got to make him. If he's going to beat us, he's going to do it all by himself.
Exactly.
You got to take away everything else, and then, you know, and I think we have the ability to do that. You know, Ryan, before we sign off here, I don't know how long the show's going to be, but did I message you last night who we met at the bar?
I did see it as I was going to bed. Tell the people.
Okay, so we were going to one of the places that we went to the first night. It was called the Harry Lemon.
That sounds awesome.
Awesome pub. You know, just like you would imagine. You know, you walk in, it's a lot of wood, a lot of brass, and you know the bar is long, and then you go up these stairs, and there's all these little pockets of rooms all over the place. But as we're waiting for drinks down at the main bar, this guy is sitting behind us, and you know, we're all wearing Knoll gear, and he's got this Knoll pullover thing on, and I forget how the conversation started.
We were alumni.
He asked if we were alumni, I guess, and we're like, yeah, well, yeah, we are. He goes, yeah, and when we said, are you? He said, no, my son plays for the team. And I'm like, oh, really? Well, you know, we kind of know all the names, right? And so I'm not anticipating, you know, maybe I'm anticipating like a walk-on name or something like that.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, Luke Cromenhawk.
You're like, okay. Well, hello.
Well, hello there. So we got to meet Luke's dad, John, yesterday, and just, you know, a really, really great guy. He chatted with us for a while. Ryan, just between you and me, he said anytime we want to get Luke on the show, just let him know.
Did you get his number?
I got his number. I gave him the card. I told him to listen to the show first to get an idea of kind of what we're about. And so, yeah, we exchanged numbers and stuff. So who knows? Maybe, it may be a little tight during the season, I think maybe, but
Yeah.
who knows? Great guy.
I imagine that you have told plenty of people about Garnet and Old.
I have told plenty of people about Garnet and Old. What do you want to say, Shannon?
Just that Luke's dad talked very highly about Norvell.
Oh, yeah. His dad just couldn't stop talking about Coach Norvell.
Awesome.
Just about the authenticity, the love for the kids. I asked him about the recruiting process. He said Florida State is just, was just the right place. It's different, and we knew that what we were hearing was truth. So there you go with that. Where was I going after that? I don't remember.
Well, I would say this, but when we sign off on our show here, whenever you get into the stadium, you should go on a live for 3 to 5 minutes and just show us inside the stadium. I would love to see it from the fan perspective.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the signal's better than Doak, and then we'll be able to do that. I do notice that as we're doing all this streaming, that my battery doesn't last as long as it should. But yeah, we'll definitely see. And hopefully, man, I mean, all things being equal, we come out with a victory tonight. Not going to jinx it, but maybe we'll do a repeat of the other night.
Absolutely. I can tell you guys, if we win big today, you will see a much different Ryan on the post game. I might have a few victory shots, because I don't know when Vince is going to try to join as soon as he can after the game, but sometimes getting out of a stadium, cell coverage, all that stuff. But I'm going to start the live show after the game turns to 000. So I haven't scheduled everyone out there for 3:45 p.m. Eastern time, because the average college football game is right around that time frame. If it ends slightly sooner, I'll go live a little earlier. If it ends at 3:55, I'll go live at then. So if you're waiting and you're like, why isn't the show starting? It's because I'm waiting for the 000s. But then Vince will join whenever he can. But we're going to go all in. So come in ready for comments and questions and reactions, because I'm super excited to hear from our audience. Vince, any final words as you're heading to the area?
Yeah, Ryan, first of all, how many people are watching live?
Right now we have 64 people watching live.
Okay, that's not too bad, because it's early there. So
yeah, it's very early.
Make sure you're smashing the like button. If you're watching on Facebook or X, because I think did you put this on those too?
It's on everything. Our Dublin coverage is everywhere.
Okay, everywhere. So just jump over to YouTube real quick and like the stream there and subscribe.
Yep.
Oh, you were asking me about cards. I think I gave away all of the old logo cards. We are completely out of them now.
Good, because we had a bunch of them.
We did.
I'm going to put up a banner right now just to keep it streaming for the rest of until we sign off. Screw ESPN eternally. It's meant to be today. Give Kirk Herb Street hell. And then, you're getting some feedback all of a sudden.
No, it's the wind, brother. We got all kind of wind.
Vince, it's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed the game. We're going to see you live in the post game along with all the other fans. But Vince, tell the fans what they need to hear always.
Oh, what they need to hear always? They need to hear the Chiefs. So send the Chiefs all the damn time. Is that what you're asking me?
Send the Chiefs all the damn time. Garnet and Old, no inside info. No contacts, no problem. Have a great game, everyone. Go Noles.
Go Noles.